We are the Candle Wasters. We create Shakespeare-inspired vlog series for YouTube. We've done one called Nothing Much to Do, and a sequel called Lovely Little Losers, and currently we're working on Bright Summer Night. The big push for it was the fact that it was like, it's a single camera setup. We can do this in our bedroom, like this is like a long format story we can actually pull off. We discuss TV. People are saying at the moment like TV's dying, and so it's almost like, yeah, I think we've had a lot of people be like, stay on the internet, you've got an audience, that's where it's gonna go. The internet totally functions in a different way from television, and I think that's what it's moving towards, and people are, I don't know, becoming more aware of that, and the fact that it's like, not everyone's going to sit down and watch the same thing, but you are going to be able to find stuff because your mate's mate will have seen the thing that was cool.
Like, there's just like different, really specific groups of people watching different things. So all the people that watch our show, like, are very like clear about what they want, and the people, but there are still, you know, old people just turning on the TV and they're like, anything that's on, I'll just watch it. But it's like, I think a lot of the youth of today are very clear about what they want, and they go searching for it.
To get feedback which is like, you guys did something wrong, and it's like, no, but
yeah,
but we're human and we're learning and we're young, so yeah, it's good. It actually, and we try and thank people as well. We often do, just being like, thank you for telling us that we got that wrong.
I think it's reasonably obvious to us when we see a post on the internet, or like if someone's directly messaged us.
I prefer
more often than not, if they're directly messaging us, it's about something important. I feel like we need to put forward a better front than we have been, because I feel like it's just all that mystery. They just have no idea.
Which we weren't really aware that we were creating.
Well, we were trying to be professional, right? We don't want to be like, we're
professional, but also trying, like, we need to balance that more with, we are still the stupid kids on the internet. Like,
yeah,
we're not, like, were we too professional?
I think potentially too professional.
But also,
because people didn't realise that like we make mistakes. You know what I mean? They put us on this pedestal where they expect us to be some sort of perfect in the sort of realm of vlog series.
But
also, just aren't.
It would be, I don't know. It's this funny thing. It's like, if they know that we're the same age, it's probably really good to know that we're also dorks. Like, instead of us just being like, we're the same age except we're different because we made a web series. Like,
we're better
than like at all.
I find that I've got a disconnect between writing it, making the videos, and then people receiving the videos. Like, the different levels of what those three things are. And I think that I sort of, to some extent, stopped myself from becoming fully aware of the audience receiving the videos, because to truly like connect with the fact that there are 10,000 subscribers to the Nothing Much to Do channel, that's 10,000 people who liked it enough to subscribe and watch those videos, and then there's like even more views on the videos, which are people rewatching, or other people who just don't subscribe because that's just not what they do on YouTube. Like, that's too much for me to comprehend.
Yeah, it gets really scary whenever we like kind of broach the subject. We're like, wait, no, people, no, don't talk about it.
We're all feminists, so we just hope that what we make is feminist, but then you actually need to, like, and also the same with like representing different ethnicities and stuff. You can't just be like, we're chill. You actually have to like make an effort, which is, we're just learning about.
I think what happened with the first series definitely is we were like, let's just make this thing, and because we're feminists, some of those elements came into it, but we didn't sit down and be like, how to make this feminist,
which I'm actually really great. Like, I wish we had.
Well, I think we should in the future. I think we will.
The more we make content, and the more I'm kind of looking at other content, I'm just sick of the lack of female representation. I just want female characters out there. I don't care. Like, I just want a range, and I want lots, and I want people to be aware that there are women who are expressing themselves in many different ways, and so I think it's really, really important.
I think there's a lot of like studio executives being like, we're gonna make this show for teenagers, I know what they want. No, they don't. They want heterosexuals. And
no, like, but I think we're not that. We are that. Yeah, we definitely benefit from being, writing what we know. And even the male characters that we write are the guys that we know. Like,
or they're even sometimes a little bit more
with NMPD, people found it ridiculous. Like, at one point, there's a video where 3 of the main boys sing One Direction, and that was shocking to a large portion of our vocal audience is something that just wouldn't happen. Like, dudes don't know One Direction, like they don't know those songs, and
We
know.
asked them to do One Direction. We were like,
Yeah.
maybe we've got some Beatles lyrics you can read off the script, and they're like, no, One Direction, please. And
That's a classic example of them actually ad-libbing.
And but it's like those are
Not-
our mates, and they know One Direction.
our crew's just made up of our dearest friends. So
Yeah, we like only get people on board who we trust.
yeah. So there's
And who are keen
Yeah.
yeah.
at this point in time.
Yeah, so and we could probably make this clearer, but we always hope that people will talk to us about things that they have issues with, because we're totally there to be able to like act.
It's really important to have a good like work environment.
But
yeah.
something that we're hoping to do with Bright Summer Night is, like during the filming time, is to have someone in between us and the cast, because the main thing with that had come up with people not telling us, even though we would being like literally
that
just
we were there.
please tell us, and they'll tell us other people's things but not their own stuff, and it's like your own stuff's just as important. So having someone to be the person that they can talk to,
And if it
will
looks
then
like-
tell us, and then we'll deal with it.
I
and
think,
it'll
you
all
know,
be-
they could tell we were incredibly busy, so they were like, I'm not going to tell you I'm having an emotional issue. Like, not like I'm being
that's-
abused,
yeah.
but like I'm just feeling upset or whatever. They weren't going to tell us. But if there's someone in between us and them that they can tell without feeling like they're like bothering us,
Yeah,
that
but then they
information
can-
will get to us.
And then they can tell us and be like, you should be aware of it.
yeah.
But yeah, so far we've managed to steer clear of communication. But we've managed to steer clear of all the gross stuff by just working with people that we know.
When we got 1,000 subscribers, massive deal, and 10,000, massive deal.
The first time a GIF was made, that was really exciting.
Yeah. Oh my
We
god.
were kind of
we freaked out. We freaked
like,
out.
when we were writing scripts, we were like, do you think someone might get this? And then someone
we
did
were
it. Filming it became this like joke that we would have fans at all.
It was a very much like, ha 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 ha, we'll never get fans, lol.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
first GIF was a beautiful time. Everyone was sharing it with everyone, being, oh my god, have you seen the GIF?
And then fan art we're always astounded by, just because
People doing like amazing art that they've just like spent hours painting.
I guess it should also mention fan fiction. Really cool that it exists. I personally don't read it because I find it so bizarre. Like I really appreciate other people playing with the characters, but I'm also like, I can't look at it. It just
I'm very
weirds me out.
protective of our characters, like
I also can't read Harry Potter fan fiction.
putting it in the same box.
It's really nice when we get like lots of views on a video that we're proud of. But I would say that's not how I measure it as a whole. Like I measure it, I'm hypercritical of our own show.
Yeah. I'd almost say like it's only our own opinions. We're like, are we happy with this? Like we kind of just, when we're like trying to figure out whether we're happy with the series as a whole or just one particular
So
episode,
true.
it's just us. We completely forget that anyone watches it. We're like, what do we do wrong? What do we not do wrong with this little piece of content? Forget anyone. Well, I mean, we've got our Kickstarter for Bright Summer Night.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's us being like, more opportunity for money to live.
Yeah,
Because
especially
what
paying the people who are going to be involved.
Because for the last two, we worked with people because they wanted to be there. And with LLL, we were able to give them food because of the Kickstarter that we did for that. But with Bright Summer Night, we've got a budget that if we get like the Kickstarter money on top of this 100,000, we should be able to pay.
And scholarship money.
Yeah, just like whatever we.
Is it
can.
100,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit balls.
I know, and it's weird because it's like, you say 100,000, massive amount of money, and then you like think about like how much money each of us would get and how much money like rent and food and power and internet costs, and it's like, I still have to do potentially 2 other jobs, hopefully just 1, I don't know, like,
Yeah. But like
Still
but
very
like,
exciting.
But yeah,
But
paying,
yeah.
like, this budget for Bright Summer Night should accommodate for paying everyone as well. But it's not enough
A limited thing.
for anyone to live on.
it's
like
a really scary thing, because it's like you want to be grateful, but you also like, but I also want to spend all of my time doing this. I don't want to have any other time doing anything else. I just want to work on this, and it's like, well,
You can't because
you need to pay your rent, man.
Yeah.
I think our hope is that
And eat food.
we're slowly, and we can see it already, and hopefully we'll just continue this way, is that we'll build to a point where we can pay everyone properly. And we
Like, yeah, like
can
a
make it
proper
sustainable.
wage. Yeah.
And that might have to end up with us juggling more than one project, and possibly still having other jobs ourselves, but like you know, hopefully we build that. And
I think we're incredibly lucky that we're all young. I still live at home, so I don't have to pay for rent. So a lot of this is only achieved because our parents are so supportive and things. So for Write Some Night, the priority is kind of like paying the people who actually need it for like a job, and we can still kind of get away with being like, we're not getting paid that much because our hobby is the thing that we're passionate about. And then in the future we are going to have to just find jobs and make projects on the side and be more realistic about it.